Welcome everybody to this tutorial. In this tutorial, I'll be teaching you guys how to add a new model object. It is not a custom model, it's already a previously added model into the game, but what we're going to do is we're going to be using this in the next tutorial. I thought I'd make a short little video as I have been very busy with family organising Christmas, with 5 kids and my wife being unwell, because after I was unwell a couple of videos ago, she become unwell and so did all the kids. It went through the whole house, but I haven't had that case yet. Mine was completely different. She got sick not long after me with I don't know, some sort of bug or whatever, but my daughter got it first, so it's been pretty chaotic, but I've been pretty much just chilling around playing Runescape old school on my mobile and on my tablet during the time I've had off. Now anyways, let's get into this tutorial. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, toggle the notification key, tune in for more videos, and also comment down below and let me know what you think of this tutorial and this series so far. Now, I have been getting a fair few comments from you guys and I'm very appreciative of it because it's very helpful to interact with you guys and teach you a bit more about what I learned as I went along. Okay, so now let's get started. We need to open up a Valkyrie cache suite as we normally would. So open up the .bat file. Now that we've got the .bat file, we need to load the cache. Now just normal ways, tutorial 718, originals, feather, and then we want to go data, and then we want to click on cache folder and just boom, pop it in. Okay, now that it's open, we need to open up objects and go open. Okay, now that the objects part is open, we need to find the object ID 13639. So 13639. All right, looks like I've gone a bit too far. So we're going to scroll up just a tad and find it. So 13639. So it's 13639 and 639, which is Skyring Pool. Okay, so we need to copy down these items, like the whole entire lot, except for direct portal and Skyer and all that sort of stuff, right? None of this stuff here is important. The rest of this is, okay? But what we're going to do is we're going to make the new object. The new object is going to be at the item ID of 13690. So we're going to go 13690, which is here. I've named it unknown pool. It's going to have the size X as 2, size Y as 2, the clip type as 1, and animation of 3644. It's going to have projectile clipped enabled. It's going to have the click option 1 being add. It's going to have model ID of 13192. It's going to have model types of 10. It's going to have model size X, Y, and height as being 128. It's going to have ambient as 40, contrast as 0. And then Control S to save or click the save button and let's get into the coding. Okay, so now that we've opened up our project, we need to have the 2 files open today, and these 2 files will be one new one called unknown pool, which would be underneath our section. We're going to put under com.feather.game.player.content. So underneath the content section, I've got so much of this open, I don't know why. So underneath this content section here, we want to just right click, we want to go new, and we want to go class. We want to name the class to unknown pool, and we want to make it that size. It doesn't have to be called unknown pool, but the reason why I've called it unknown pool is because the object that we made was unknown pool. You can name it whatever you like, like rejuvenation or whatever, okay? It doesn't matter, it's just what you prefer, and this is what I just come up with. Unknown is going to be my word for this whole entire tutorial series on most things, because I don't know exactly what to name it. So I just thought, well, unknown, because no one knows about it, so it's unknown, all right? It's just a simple basic thing that I would do generally until I come up with something more concrete, okay? So anyways, now what we're going to do is we've got to open up the object handler file, and the object handler file is in com.feather.net.decoders.handlers. Okay, once we've opened up that, now we can start coding. Okay, so we're going to code inside this here first. Now, the thing that we need to add is a public static void, right? And we're going to call add to pool. We're going to have a player, P, yep. And we're going to have a world object, world object O. And we're going to open and close parentheses, or whatever, Control, Shift, and O to import them classes. Now we need to do an int random, right? Is equal to utils dot random, and it needs to be 999. Outside the brackets, we need to put a plus, a 1, and a semicolon. Okay, so that's what we need. Now we need to go if, and we're going to say p.getInventory dot contains item 1 and 1, and then we're going to open and close. Now the only reason why I'm using 1 and 1 for this tutorial, guys, is because the simple fact I want you to probably make an object later that will come from a drop, and then we're going to use that object to do certain things. You need like a certain amount to combine, or you gotta, you know, whatever we're gonna do. I'm not too sure at this stage, but I'm slowly thinking through. I haven't written too far into the next lot of tutorials. I'm doing it as I go now, only because I've had to change around a few things that are very advanced that wouldn't be very great to add at such where we are, you know what I mean? I thought we might have completed Tutorial Island by now, but we haven't. We still got a lot to do, and I want to get it all perfect. We'll go back through this later after we've done a lot more in the game, and just to get it flowing and things working a bit more and add new things, just to update it and make it more better than what it is. This is just put the bare bones to Tutorial Islands. It's nothing major. Okay, now enough about that. The next thing that we need to do inside here is we need to do a if, right? Another if statement, and we're going to say if random is greater to or equal to 1, and random is less than or equal to 675, right? We're going to open and close. Now on this part here, we need to do an else if, right? And else if the random is greater or equal to 676. We're going to open. And then we want to do here underneath this one, right? We want to do an if. And this if here needs to say that the player dot get inventory, oops, it's P, not player, so P dot get inventory dot contains item 1 by 1, and then open and close. We want to do a P dot get packets dot send game message, right? And we're going to just say you failed to add a object. You failed to. No, actually, you don't have the, and then put a star to add to this object, because I haven't come up with a name and stuff yet for things, so we're going to just do that. That's the bare basic bones. Now the first thing that we need to do in here is p.getSkills, right? .add skill XP, or add XP, sorry. Then we're going to do skills.attack, right? And we want to put 15, right? We want to copy this a few more times down. So strength, defense, hit points, range, mage. Okay, so I'm just going to cover out these ones and quickly get them in, right? So that way we can continue, because this is, like I said, it's a pretty simple, bare basic tutorial. It will help you guys out understanding a bit more of how we can sort of muck around with objects and do certain things and have consequences to certain things we do, and all that sort of stuff. Oops. Defense, if you can spell defense, mate. And then, yeah, we can start. Oops, I need to actually keep caps on. Wow, my spelling is so bad. Okay, so now the next thing that we want to do is p.restore hit points. Then we want to do p.restore run energy. Then we want to do p.getPoison .reset. Oops. Okay, so what that's going to do is that's going to reset it so there's no poison on it. Okay, it removes the poison completely, resets it back to that person's not poisoned anymore. Okay, just so you don't think, oh, it resets so it's going to keep applying poison. No, it get rid of it, man. It gets rid of it, sorry. So p.getInventory, right? As you know, we're going to delete this item, so we're going to say delete item 1, 1, okay? And then we also want to do p.getPackets.send game message. And inside here, we want to say you successfully successfully add, and then say a star and restore full run slash HP, right? What else? Or health points you can type. I'm just doing this so quickly so that way you can do it. HP, and removes poison, and you gain, and press enter, space, okay? We want to say 15 XP, whoops, EXP in attack, strength, defense, HP, range, magic. Okay, put a dot at the end, Control S and save that one. Okay, so now that we need to do, well, what happens, I want to copy this, right? Well, actually, don't copy that one, copy this one because it's shorter text to erase. So paste that in there. We want to go here, you failed to add. Okay, so you failed to add this, right? Whatever it is. We're going to say in here that p.getPoison.make poisoned, and we can do a damage that we like. So say if we started off with a brand new player, it's only got 10 HP. We need to not take away 10 HP. So I'm just going to put 8, right? So no matter who it is, they're going to get hit with 8 damage. You can make it higher, so only specific players at certain levels, like you could write they can only use this if they have like a total level of such and such, and then that will run this code. If they don't have that level, then they're not going to be able to do this, so they won't get hit with this poison and this stuff. I could actually make this worse. I could just go p dot and then like get hit points, right? And then you want to say get hit points and then divide that by 2. So what's going to happen is it's going to make the person poison, but it's going to half their life points, and then when they get hit again by the poison, it's going to half it again. Now that's going to be OP because that's like 3 hits and you're dead at full health. Okay, but we're not going to do that. We're just going to have 8. Okay, I'm just showing you some possibilities and things you can do. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do, guys, which is the last part of this tutorial, is this part here. So you guys, pretty sure you would know how to do this part by now, but I'm going to go over it because it's the best way always to learn. So we're going to say if, and then we're going to say object, right? So the object ID, dot get ID is equal to, and then we say 13690, right? And if that's the case, we're going to go here and we're going to type in unknown pool dot add to pool, and then we need to type in player and object. Okay, so player and object. Okay, save that. But this needs to be written under handle option 1s, okay? I forgot to say that. Handle option 1, and then we need to place it underneath the tutorial part, okay? Because we're using the option 1. We're not actually left-clicking on the item and adding it to it. We could do that and put that all the way down as well, so it will check if we're running an object to it. But because we're only using one object, this add would be a lot better. And you can actually implement it to, if you've got any of the objects, it's going to run through this code and check if you've got those objects to do certain things. So if you want to add more things, more features, a dialogue or whatever to it, you can. Okay, so hopefully that was helpful, guys, and hopefully you enjoyed the video, and I should see you guys in the next one. And if you really enjoyed it, please make sure you subscribe, put a notification key up so that way you're always notified every single video that I release, and that is coming out, and you'll be the first person to know. Also, comment down below and let me know what you thought, and hopefully this video was helpful, and I'll see you guys really soon again. Enjoy.